In old age, how to avoid anger or being bothered by anyone. As we grow older, life often grants us a deeper sense of perspective. Yet, aging also comes with unique challenges, changes in relationships, shifting roles within families, health concerns, and sometimes a sense of being misunderstood. Amid these changes, it's easy to let frustration or anger creep in, especially when dealing with thoughtless remarks or life's inevitable inconveniences. But here's the good news: you hold the power to maintain your peace. Anger and irritation don't have to define your days. Instead, by adopting a few mindful approaches, you can cultivate calm, resilience, and joy in your later years. Here are wise and practical strategies to help you avoid anger and live unbothered in your golden years. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Recognize that your reactions are your choice. Life's challenges don't diminish with age. In many ways, they evolve. Perhaps it's a dismissive remark from someone who misunderstands you, or frustration with the way the world seems to move faster while you feel more inclined to savor life's pace. In these moments, anger can feel like a natural response, but here's a profound truth: no one can control how you feel without your permission. Imagine this. You're sitting on your porch, enjoying a peaceful morning, when a neighbor makes an insensitive comment. You feel the sting of their words and the familiar rise of irritation. But in that moment, remind yourself, their comment isn't the real source of your frustration. Your reaction to it is. This doesn't mean you deny your feelings or suppress your hurt. Instead, it's an invitation to take a breath, to pause, and to reclaim your power by choosing how to respond. This choice is where true freedom lies. When you react out of anger, you hand control of your peace to someone else. But when you pause, you can ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this moment define my day? By acknowledging the fleeting nature of most frustrations, you can allow them to pass like clouds in the sky, acknowledged, but never permanent. To make this shift, think of yourself as the captain of a ship navigating stormy seas. The storms are inevitable, but you determine the course of your ship. When life presents you with frustrations, you decide whether to steer toward calm waters or allow yourself to be tossed by the waves. It's not about avoiding life's challenges, but about choosing how you let them affect your journey. 2. Release expectations of others. One of the most significant sources of anger, especially in later years, is the quiet disappointment we feel when others don't meet our expectations. Perhaps it's a family member who doesn't call as often as you'd like, or a friend who doesn't reciprocate the support you've given. You think, I would never treat them this way, and the weight of that thought can sit heavy on your heart. But here's a liberating realization. People act according to their own priorities, values, and capacities, not yours. It's natural to expect others to think and behave as we do, especially when we've spent decades cultivating our own sense of fairness, empathy, and wisdom. But expecting others to align with your standards is like trying to control the tides. No matter how much you will it, the ocean moves on its own terms. Letting go of this need for control doesn't mean you stop caring about others. It means you stop giving their actions the power to disrupt your inner peace. Think about it. How many times have you replayed a moment in your mind, wondering why someone didn't act differently? That mental replay doesn't change the situation, it only deepens your frustration. By releasing these expectations, you free yourself from the constant cycle of disappointment. You begin to accept people as they are, with all their imperfections, just as you hope they accept you. This doesn't mean you tolerate bad behavior or lower your standards. Instead, it's about recognizing the boundaries of your influence. When a loved one acts in a way that upsets you, consider their actions through a lens of compassion. Perhaps they're overwhelmed, preoccupied, or simply unaware of how they've affected you. By choosing understanding over judgment, you protect your peace and strengthen your relationships. In letting go of expectations, you allow space for gratitude. Instead of focusing on what someone hasn't done, you can appreciate the moments they've shown up for you in ways, big or small. And when they don't, you can remind yourself their actions reflect their journey, not mine. This perspective not only safeguards your emotional well being, but also empowers you to lead with grace, setting an example of how to navigate life's relationships with kindness and clarity. 3. Detach from the opinions of others. There comes a time in life when you realize the weight of others' opinions is a burden you no longer need to carry. In your younger years, the approval of others may have shaped your choices, your sense of self, and even your happiness. But as the years pass, a profound truth becomes clearer. Your worth is not determined by what others think or say. It never was. Imagine sharing a heartfelt memory or opinion with someone only to be met with a dismissive remark or judgmental tone. That sting of invalidation is real, but it doesn't have to linger. Ask yourself, does their opinion truly reflect who I am, or is it just a reflection of their own perspective? The answer is simple. Their words are shaped by their own experiences, biases, and limitations, not by your reality. To detach from the opinions of others is not to isolate yourself or stop caring about people. Instead, it's about discerning what truly matters. Constructive feedback from someone you trust may help you grow, but unsolicited negativity or thoughtless remarks are not yours to carry. Detachment means recognizing that you are the author of your life story, and no one else gets to hold the pen. Picture yourself as a tree in a storm. The winds of criticism and judgment may blow fiercely, but your roots, your self-awareness, your values, your lived experiences keep you grounded. You can sway with the wind without being uprooted. This detachment is not indifference. It's a declaration of self-respect. It's saying, I value my peace too much to let others disturb it. When someone offers an unkind opinion, pause and reflect. Is it a reflection of your truth, or is it a projection of their own insecurities? Most of the time, it's the latter. By detaching from the need for validation, you gain freedom. Freedom to live authentically, to speak your truth without fear, and to find joy in being unapologetically yourself. 4. Master the art of letting go. Letting go is not weakness, it's strength. It's choosing to free yourself from the chains of anger, resentment, or regret. These emotions may feel justified, especially when you've been wronged or hurt deeply, but the longer you hold on to them, the more they weigh you down, robbing you of the peace and joy you deserve in this precious stage of life. Consider this. Holding on to anger is like clutching a heavy stone with the intent of throwing it at someone who hurt you. But as you wait for the perfect moment to strike, the stone only exhausts your hand, your arm, your spirit. The person who hurt you may not even be aware of your pain, but you carry it with you day after day. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means choosing yourself over the weight of the past. Letting go is an act of liberation. It's acknowledging the hurt, feeling it fully, and then deciding, this pain no longer has a place in my life. It's not about erasing the memory, but about removing its power to define you. When you release the anger or resentment, you create space for healing, for peace, and for the beauty of the present moment. This practice extends beyond anger. Letting go can also mean releasing perfectionism, the need to control every outcome, or the fear of failure. Life, by its very nature, is unpredictable, and trying to hold on to control only breeds frustration. Instead, embrace life as it unfolds, with all its imperfections and surprises. There's a certain grace in surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that you'll handle whatever comes your way. When you find yourself clinging to a painful memory or a lingering grudge, ask yourself, what am I holding on to and why? Then ask the more important question, what would my life feel like if I let this go? The answer is often a sense of lightness, freedom, and a renewed focus on what truly matters: your peace, your relationships, your moments of joy. Letting go is a daily practice. It's not a one time act, but a commitment to choosing peace over pain every single day. It's the quiet courage to say, I release this, not for them, but for me. And in that release, you'll discover the strength to live fully, unburdened by the past and open to the beauty of the present. 5. Set boundaries with kindness. In the later stages of life, your energy and time become treasures that deserve careful protection. Yet, many older adults find themselves stretched thin, not because they lack the will to help, but because they hesitate to set boundaries. Perhaps it's a friend who calls at all hours seeking advice, a family member who assumes you're always available, or even a neighbor who oversteps without realizing it. Saying no can feel difficult, but setting boundaries isn't about rejection, it's about self respect. Boundaries are a form of kindness, not just to yourself, but to others. When you clearly and calmly express your limits, you teach people how to value your time and energy. Without boundaries, you may find yourself feeling resentful or drained, and that resentment can quietly strain even the closest relationships. By contrast, thoughtful boundaries allow you to preserve your emotional well being while still maintaining connection and care. Imagine you've always been the one family members turn to for guidance. While it's fulfilling to be relied upon, there are moments when it becomes overwhelming. Setting a boundary could mean gently saying, I'm here for you, but I need time for myself to recharge. Let's talk tomorrow instead. This isn't shutting someone out. It's an invitation for healthier interaction, where you give from a place of balance rather than exhaustion. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people away. They're bridges that allow relationships to thrive without depleting your inner reserves. It's important to approach boundary setting with kindness and clarity. Use I statements to avoid blame and focus on your needs. For instance, instead of saying, you're always calling at inconvenient times, you might say, I'd love to talk, but evenings are my time to rest. Can we plan a time that works for both of us? By setting boundaries with kindness, you protect your peace while nurturing your relationships. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize yourself, it's essential. The more you care for your own well being, the more fully you can show up for others when it truly matters. 6. Choose gratitude over frustration. Life's imperfections can weigh heavily if you let them. There are days when aches and pains seem louder than joys, when a loved one's thoughtlessness stings, or when the simple annoyances of daily life, traffic, long lines, unexpected disruptions, test your patience. In these moments, frustration can feel like the easiest reaction, but there is a profound alternative: gratitude. Gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's a deliberate choice to focus on the blessings that still surround you, no matter how small. This shift in perspective transforms frustration into peace and infuses your days with a quiet sense of joy. Imagine being stuck at home due to bad weather. It's easy to feel cooped up or irritated by plans gone awry. But instead of dwelling on the inconvenience, what if you turned your attention to what's good in that moment? The warmth of a comfortable chair, the sound of rain tapping against the window, or even the simple pleasure of a hot cup of tea. These small acts of recognition remind you of life's richness, even amid its imperfections. Gratitude has the power to reframe even the most challenging situations. If a loved one forgets an important date, instead of focusing on the disappointment, you might reflect on the times they've shown their love in other ways. If your body feels stiff or tired, you could choose to appreciate the strength it still has to carry you through each day. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but it softens their edges and shifts your focus to what uplifts you. This practice isn't just about big moments. It's about noticing the everyday blessings. The laughter of a grandchild, and the taste of a favorite meal, the companionship of a beloved pet, or even the simple act of watching the sun rise and set. These moments may seem ordinary, but when viewed through the lens of gratitude, they become extraordinary. To cultivate gratitude, make it a daily ritual. Each evening, reflect on 3 things that brought you joy or peace, no matter how small. Over time, this habit will train your mind to seek out the positive, even in the midst of challenges. When frustration arises, ask yourself, what is still good in this moment? Gratitude is not about denying life's struggles. It's about choosing to focus on its blessings. In doing so, you don't just quiet frustration, you invite a deeper sense of contentment into your life. As the days pass, this practice becomes a way of seeing the world, not as a place full of problems, but as a canvas painted with countless moments of beauty. 7. Respond with silence, not anger. There's a profound strength in silence. In a world where quick retorts and heated exchanges seem to dominate, choosing silence over anger can feel like an act of quiet rebellion, one that preserves your peace and dignity. Imagine a situation where someone speaks to you with rudeness or condescension. Your first instinct might be to snap back, to defend yourself, or to point out their fault. But consider this. Responding in anger often fuels the conflict, giving their negativity a power it doesn't deserve. Silence, on the other hand, deflates their intentions. It sends a clear message. Your words may be loud, but they do not control me. Silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It creates space for reflection, allowing you to decide whether the situation even warrants your energy. When you choose not to engage in anger, you reclaim control over the moment. You show that your calm is unshakable and your self-worth doesn't hinge on others' behavior. This approach doesn't mean you suppress your feelings or ignore injustices. It's about being deliberate. When someone says something unkind or inflammatory, ask yourself, will my response bring peace or will it deepen the tension? More often than not, silence is the better choice. It's a shield that protects you from being dragged into unnecessary battles. There's a beauty in allowing silence to speak for you. It shows maturity, strength, and a deep respect for your own well-being. Silence doesn't mean approval. It means you value your peace over proving a point. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause. Take a deep breath and consider, does this moment deserve my voice? If it doesn't, let silence be your response. It's a language of strength, and it often says more than words ever could. 8. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. Criticism is a part of life, but how you interpret it determines its impact on your emotional state. While criticism often feels like an attack, it can also be a mirror, showing us what we may not see in ourselves. The key lies in separating the delivery of criticism from its content. Even poorly delivered feedback can carry valuable lessons if we're open to them. Imagine you've shared your thoughts or ideas with someone only to be met with sharp critique. The sting of their words can make you defensive, even angry. But instead of reacting, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Criticism, when reframed, becomes a tool for growth rather than a source of frustration. Not all criticism is valid, of course. Some people criticize out of insecurity, envy, or misunderstanding. But even in these moments, you have a choice. You can dismiss the criticism entirely, or you can reflect on whether there's a sliver of truth that might help you grow. Growth often emerges from discomfort, and criticism, though unpleasant, can be a catalyst for self-improvement. There's also wisdom in discerning the source of criticism. Feedback from someone who truly knows and cares for you may carry valuable insights. On the other hand, harsh words from someone who barely understands your situation say more about them than about you. By learning to filter criticism, you protect your peace while staying open to growth. When you encounter criticism, remind yourself, this is not a reflection of my worth, it's an opportunity to reflect on myself. If the feedback resonates, embrace it as a chance to refine and improve. If it doesn't, let it go, just as you would release a leaf floating downstream. Approaching criticism with grace doesn't mean you accept all of it blindly. It means you engage with it thoughtfully, taking what serves you and discarding what doesn't. This balance helps you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Criticism, when met with openness, becomes less about what others think of you and more about how you can continue becoming the best version of yourself. 9. Focus on the present moment. The present moment is a gift that is often overlooked, especially when our minds wander to the past or race toward an uncertain future. In older age, the pull of reflection can be strong. Memories of loved ones, of joys and sorrows, and of choices made or missed. Similarly, the worry about what lies ahead, whether it's health concerns or family matters, can weigh heavily on your spirit, yet true peace resides in the now, in the fleeting moments that form the fabric of daily life. Consider this. When you're lost in thoughts of yesterday or fears for tomorrow, you miss the beauty of what's happening right now. The soft rustle of the wind through the trees, the warmth of a cup of tea in your hands, or the laughter of a child nearby. These moments hold a quiet magic that anchors you to the present. Dwelling on what has been or what might be robs you of these simple, profound joys. Focusing on the present doesn't mean forgetting the past or ignoring the future. It means choosing to fully engage with what's in front of you. It's about finding peace in the rhythm of your breath, the feel of sunlight on your skin, or the companionship of a dear friend. These moments, though they may seem small, are what life is made of. They remind us that while we can't change the past or predict the future, we can savor the now. When you find your mind wandering, gently bring it back to the present. Ask yourself, what can I see, hear, or feel in this moment? Ground yourself in your surroundings and let the richness of the here and now fill your awareness. In doing so, you cultivate a sense of gratitude and calm that shields you from unnecessary worry or regret. The present is where life unfolds. Embrace it fully, for it is where your peace lives. 10. Nurture yourself with patience and love. As you age, there is a profound need to treat yourself with the same compassion and care you've so freely given to others throughout your life. The years bring wisdom, but they can also bring challenges, physical limitations, changes in relationships, or a sense of time passing too quickly. In the face of these realities, it's easy to be hard on yourself, to dwell on what you can no longer do, or to expect yourself to manage everything as you once did. But now, more than ever, it's essential to nurture yourself with patience and love. Think of how you would comfort a dear friend in moments of struggle, with kind words, gentle encouragement, and unwavering support. You deserve that same grace. When you feel frustrated with your body, remind yourself of all it has carried you through. When your mind feels slow or forgetful, remember that it holds decades of experiences, lessons, and cherished memories. Patience is a gift you can give yourself, one that acknowledges your humanity and celebrates your resilience. Nurturing yourself also means prioritizing what brings you joy and peace. It could be as simple as spending an afternoon in the garden, savoring the beauty of nature, or reading a favorite book that transports you to another world. It might mean reconnecting with hobbies you once loved or exploring new ones that bring a sense of curiosity and fulfillment. These moments of care and delight are not indulgences. They are necessities for a life well lived. It's equally important to listen to your needs, whether it's physical rest, emotional connection, or time alone to reflect. When you honor these needs, you build a foundation of strength and contentment that allows you to face life's challenges with grace. Remember, self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. By tending to your well-being, you not only enrich your own life, but also create a deeper capacity to share your wisdom and love with others. Treat yourself with the same patience and love you'd extend to someone you cherish, for you are deserving of it. In these moments of care, you'll find a renewed sense of vitality and purpose. Life is a journey that continues to unfold, and every step is an opportunity to nurture the beautiful, resilient person you are. With patience and love, you can embrace each day as a gift, knowing that your greatest act of strength is the kindness you show yourself. Embracing peace and fulfillment in your golden years. Life, in all its complexity, offers us endless opportunities to grow, learn, and find meaning. In older age, as the pace of the world continues to change, a profound truth emerges. Peace is not something external to chase or find. It is a gift you cultivate within yourself. Anger, frustration, and regret may visit from time to time, but they are fleeting guests that lose their hold when met with wisdom, understanding, and compassion. These later years are not a time of decline, but a time of clarity, a season where you can distill the lessons of a lifetime into moments of deep connection with yourself and others. By choosing silence over conflict, gratitude over frustration, and self compassion over self criticism, you honor the journey you've traveled and pave the way for a serene and fulfilling future. Letting go of what no longer serves you, be it the weight of others' opinions, the echoes of past hurts, or the need for constant control, frees you to embrace the present moment with open arms. It allows you to see life as it truly is: imperfect, unpredictable, and profoundly beautiful. These small acts of mindfulness and care are not just strategies for avoiding anger. They are a roadmap to emotional freedom, a way to live each day with lightness and joy. As you move forward, remember that peace is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to remain steady and unshaken in their presence. You have the power to choose how you respond to life, and in doing so, you reclaim your strength and agency. Every moment is a chance to live authentically, to nurture yourself with patience, and to celebrate the wisdom and resilience you've cultivated through the years. Your life, just as it is now, holds an extraordinary beauty. The quiet moments, the laughter of loved ones, the sunrises that mark another day, all of these are gifts waiting to be cherished. By embracing the art of living with grace and presence, you give yourself the greatest gift of all, a life that is deeply, richly, and unapologetically your own. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. And here's to living life on your own terms.